Hi everyone, and welcome to the September monthly subscription box sneak peek. So without further ado, let's get started. So as usual, we get the amazing September leaflet with all of the jobs to do in the garden. I'm going to run through a few of them. So September is a brilliant time of year to get autumn sowing. So we'll be sowing hardy annuals now, keeping them under cover, and then they will flower slightly earlier. They'll be stronger and healthier. They'll have developed their roots and they'll be ready and rocking and raring to go in spring, which is exactly what we want. So by sowing now rather than in spring, you get a little bit of a head start, but some of them can stay. So September is a time for dahlias. So hopefully if you've been a subscriber for a while, your dahlias from previous months will be blooming. Asters are fantastic. Again, if you're a subscriber or bought some online, then you'll be really enjoying your asters in the garden. And then there are so many other late flowering flowers that are blooming and carry that colour into the autumn months. And usually things keep flowering until the first frosts, which usually start in October, but we may get an earlier one, who knows, this year. So we're going to be sowing hardy annual seed for flowers early next summer. You can also have some fun planting up some autumn containers, things like pansies, violas, cyclamen, heathers, grasses. There's so many lovely things. If you head to your local garden centre or nursery, you can just spruce up some autumn containers, or you can wait and do it when we plant our bulbs, which will be coming in October, which I cannot wait for. So that's something fun to look forward to. Then we've got bringing any houseplants. So if you've got houseplants that you moved outside during the summer, bring them back indoors before it gets too cold. You can start to sow and plant some spring bulbs. Obviously, if you've got a pre-order, then I'm holding on to them nice and safely, storing them nice and coolly because it's quite warm this September, and we'll plant them together in October. There'll be loads of stuff on bulbs in October. In the meantime, enjoy all your flowers that are blooming in your garden. If you've got any summer bedding that's still flowering, then obviously make sure, like in hanging baskets and pots or in the garden, that you're deadheading and feeding them weekly. That will really help to keep them going. If you've been growing sunflowers, then leave the seed heads in place for birds to feed on. If you don't want them kind of in the garden, you can always chop them back at the ground and hang the flowers upside down, and the birds can have a nibble away on those. They do start to get a little bit mouldy, so try to make sure that you hang them up sooner rather than later. Now is a really good time to clean any water butts, check any fittings, all that sort of stuff. It's been really dry recently, so there won't be too much stuff in there. So it's a good chance to clean everything out and get ready before we start getting more rain, fingers crossed, in autumn and winter. You want to check any tree ties or plant supports that are in your garden. Make sure they're firmly in place in case any wind comes over the coming months. Wash and disinfect bird feeders and tables to maintain hygiene. It's so important to do that regularly. And then soon we will start to collect fallen leaves. Now it's middle of September now, and there's not been too many leaves coming down yet where I am, but I know in some areas where it's been really dry, there has been quite a lot of leaves coming down. So again, there's a video online all about how to make leaf mold compost, but I will definitely be sharing that over the coming weeks. And then hunt for rosemary beetles on lavender and rosemary, picking off the striped metallic beetles and their grey larvae. So I've really faced trouble outside in my front garden with the lavender beetles and rosemary beetles. So make sure that you're picking them off if you see them. So yeah, next month you'll receive the first of the autumn bulbs of the subscription. I'm excited to share these and plant them for a fantastic display next year. So yeah, my main advice would be hold your horses on the bulbs. We've got them all coming next month and into November. So we've got some fun to do there. In the meantime, get everything prepared, start cutting things back, and we will get everything ready so that when you get your bulb boxes in October and November, we are ready to go. So that's the jobs in September and some bits to do. And then there is, of course, the flower seeds in their tissue paper. So I shall open this one up here and we can chat through each of them as well. So we have got, and I'm just really excited about these subscription boxes this month because I just think it's full of really pretty, gorgeous flowers that I know we're all going to really love next year. So all of you will have got a sweet pea. In this one I've got sweet pea sweet candy mix, which is a really gorgeous one, but there are complete mix match of sweet peas for you all to enjoy, so some of you may have a slightly different one. These sweet peas we will sow together on an Instagram live, but there is an ultimate guide to sweet peas on my website, so I won't go too much into sweet peas as we've got lots more on that coming. Some of you may have two sets of sweet peas, and then you may be missing one of these. Because of the warehouse move, there was so much stock going in different places. Some people will get slightly different things, so hopefully you're not too disappointed if you have got something different from your friends. Next up is Ammi Visnaga. Ammi is just so stunning, and everyone should have it in their garden. It's absolutely beautiful. It has lovely tall, it has these umbels, which I didn't really understand what the word umbels meant, but after seeing it, it totally makes sense. Like these rounded flowers. It's amazing for wildlife, beautiful in bouquets. It's a real nice filler, and they're just so easy to plant. So I cannot wait to go through that on this sew along video next. Then we've got Orlea grandiflora, and I wanted to put this one in the box because I saw it months ago, and I love Orlea, but when I saw it again, when I went to New York to the botanical gardens, they had masses of Orlea grandiflora growing, and it was just absolutely stunning. So I was debating between this one and something else, and in the end I was like, no, they've got to have Orlea because it is just so beautiful. So again, you can sow that in spring, but you can sow in the autumn. So Orlea is the next one. Then we've got Poppy Hungarian Blue, and again, I wasn't actually going to include a poppy in this month's box, but you all loved the poppies so much during the summer that I thought it would be a good little experiment and a bit of fun, because I do like to do something a little bit different each month, to have some poppies. So we will direct sow these into the borders. You want to make a note if you are going to direct sow them to make sure that you don't mulch on top or to disturb the soil, or you can save it for spring. But if you want to get an earlier set of poppies, then sow them now, and then there'll almost definitely be a poppy set next subscription. So if you stay with us, you'll then get 2 lots of poppies, and they won't all just come up all at one go, and instead you'll get that successional flowering of the poppies that have been in the ground since September, and then you'll get the ones that we spring sow next year, and they will flower a little bit later. So really important with things like poppies and stuff that we direct sow, that you make sure that they are the right ones to direct sow in the autumn. This poppy type is, but there are obviously some annuals that you obviously can't sow in autumn, and they just do spring. So things like Candy Tuft and Gadisha, just do those in spring. And then lastly, we've got Nigella Transformer. Some of you who've been here a while won't have had this in the subscription box, but a few of you did grow it, and it is stunning. It is this bright lime, zesty green colour. It has the most funky seed heads you've ever seen. It's totally different, really hard to get hold of this variety. You won't find it in most garden centres, etc. So I really wanted you to have something special. There is another type of Nigella coming next year in the subscription earlier in the year. So don't panic if you're thinking this is the only one. There will be some more in all different colours coming for you in the subscription, but this one I just wanted you guys to have because it's beautiful. I'm actually going to sow this one in autumn, and I'm going to do a little experiment. I'm going to direct sow half the packet, and I'm going to sow it undercover for the other half of the packet, so that we can then just see which one does best, because I've not done this one in autumn. I've only ever done it in the spring, but obviously Nigella, we know we can autumn sow, so that one I am super duper looking forward to. Cannot wait to grow that one. So yeah, you will have a real mix of seeds that you've got in the autumn September box. It is a brilliant Hummingbird to autumn sow. The one thing I would say is that if you don't yet have a greenhouse or a mini greenhouse or a zippy, then you'll definitely want to get hold of one. They are available in all sorts of places like Wilko, B&Q, Amazon, for in the sort of 20, 30, 40, 50 pound mark, depending where you get it from. And that would then just protect all of your seedlings from frost over the winter. You want to make sure any of your seedlings that are already growing already, that you're pricking out and putting on into their own pots, keeping well watered, and you just want to make sure that you're opening the door during the day and making sure there's some air circulation in your greenhouse over the coming months. But all of the things that we've sown in the August box, you should have germinated by now, and hopefully you'll have lots of little seedlings to be enjoying and keeping you busy pricking them all out at the moment as well. So that was the September box sneak peek run through. We will do an Instagram live, and again I will share this on email. I'll send it out to my email newsletter, so if you're not already signed up, then please do, and obviously it'll be saved on my Instagram account and onto my website and YouTube channel as well. Thank you so much for watching and listening in on the sneak peek for the September box. If you're not currently a subscriber, then please do come and join us, and I'm looking forward to sharing more about the Instagram live on Instagram over the coming days.